Good morning. In this video, we will be discussing looping in MIPS assembly language programming. So, looping means some statements will be repeatedly executed until the condition is satisfied. Until the condition remains satisfied. Okay, let's say you want to repeat a statement, set of statements for 5 times, 10 times. So you will be repeatedly executing those instructions, okay, until a condition remains satisfied. Okay, so that's the idea of looping. So here in MIPS, we do not have some loops like in Java. We have like for loop, while loop, do while loop. So those are not possible here. So we have some branching and some conditional and unconditional branching instructions. We will be use them both together to achieve looping. Okay, we will be using the unconditional and conditional branching instruction to do looping, okay, to achieve looping. Okay, so this is the idea. So the basic idea is like, for example, what's the idea is you try to have a branch. So let's say branch greater than or less than, and then you have some statements in the middle, and you just say jump loop, and loop is somewhere here. So let's say this is branch instruction, like either branch greater than, less than, whatever is it. Okay, so here you start the loop with the branch less than or branch greater than instruction, and your loop body here, and then jump loop. So loop is a label here, I use the loop. So it comes here, and after it goes to jump loop, it goes back here, and it comes here, and then it goes back, comes back. So this is repeatedly executed. So you will be using and this is conditional branch instruction, this is unconditional branch instruction. So you will be using both together to achieve looping. Okay, let's try to see one simple example. Let's assume that I would like to print the numbers from 1 to n, something like that. So here for simplicity, let me so this is the n value you normally read from user. Okay, so let's say the user gives the value like 10, 20, 30. So you will be using a loop to print the numbers from 1 to that n value. Let's say n value is 5. So we'll print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Okay. So this is the idea of the question. What are we going to do? So I'm going to use looping here. Okay. So reading the value of n, you know already. So you will use the syscall service. Let's say register v0, 5, and then syscall, and move the value to, so I will use move instruction. Maybe let me use t1, register v0. So this contains the value n. So this is the one I read from the user. So register t1 contains the value n. So where is your n? So n is in register t1. Okay. So you know now the final value. So final value is n. So but you need to have a counter. Like in Java, we used to have I for integer I equal 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus, something like that, is it? So we need to have a counter value. So here t1 is the value of n. So t1 contains the value. So now I need to have a counter value. Let's say register t0. Let me use a register called t0, that is equal to 1. So what is this? This is a counter. So what do you mean a counter? Every time I will increment the t0. First time it will be 1. Next time it will become 2, 3, 4, 5 until it reaches the n value. Okay then. So this is the idea. So I know the value of n. Now I know the counter value which starts from 1. Okay. Now let me start the loop. Okay then. So what is the idea of the looping for MIPS programming? So you are going to have a conditional branch instruction, and the condition is true, then you will be jumping out. Okay, remember, if the condition is true, you will be jumping outside. So condition is false means it goes to the next line, next line, next line, next line, next line, and when it reaches jump loop, it goes back again and it checks the condition. If the condition is false, it executes the body of the loop, and then it goes to jump loop. Where is it? On the top. If the condition is true, if the conditional branch instruction is true, it comes to the exit point. Okay, so that's the idea of the looping here. So if the branch is false, the loop will be executed. Remember, if the branch 1, so either it will give true or false. False means it is looping. Okay, true means exit loop. This is the idea. If this branch condition, if the condition is true, then you are exiting the loop. If the condition is false, you loop the loop means you repeatedly execute the instructions. This one. Okay then. So let me continue. So now I have the n value, I have the counter value. Now I'm going to have the branching. Okay. So let me have branch greater than register T0, register T1 out. So what does it mean? If the T0 is greater than T1, go out. Is it T0 greater than T1? T0 is 1. T1 is the n value. Normally what will be the n value? We give 5, 10, 20. So 1 greater than 20. Is it 1 greater than 20? No. Is it? When the condition becomes true, it goes to the exit, outside the loop. Okay, now it's not true. Okay, fine. Remember, when the condition becomes true, you are exiting the loop. So remember that point in mind. Okay then, so I have the branch here, and what is the body of the loop? The question says print the number from 1 to n. Okay, so print the number. You know this is called surveys. Register V0, 1, move. Register A0, T0. This is the value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't print the T1. T1 is the n value. So you print the counter value. Okay, and then syscall. Okay then, afterwards I don't have anything to do. If you want to print a message, you go ahead print. As this is an exercise, I'm not printing it. After this, you have to increment the T0 value. Now it is 1. Next time it will be 2, and then 3, and then 4. So increment. We already studied add immediate instruction, register T0, 1. So this is the increment. After it increments, this is the idea. Branching, body of the loop, jump loop, go back again. Okay, so let me use the label loop. So where is it? It is in the branching, loop. Okay then, so what it will do? It will go back again, and then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will go out. Okay, if the condition is true, it will come out. True means it comes out. So here it is, out. And if you have something to write, you write it here. Okay, so what's the idea? You have a branch condition. Branch, the counter value greater than the n value. If the counter value is greater than n value, you go out of the loop. Else, you go to the next line, continue or execute the body of the loop, and of course you need to have an increment. This is what you call an increment of the counter value. And then jump loop, go back again, check the value. If the condition is true, go outside, or else continue the body of the loop. Here in the body of the loop, I print the value of n. Sorry, not the value of n. I print the values from 1 to n. So first time I print 1. Next time T0 is incremented to 2. Then I print 2. Then T0 is incremented to 3. I print 3. then T0 is incremented to 4 and then 5 and then 6. So this loop is executed for n times. Okay. So let's look into another simple example. Sometimes if you are going to do some calculation inside the loop, for example, let's see. So here you are going to calculate the sum of the numbers from 1 to n. What does it mean, sum of the numbers? Let's say n value is 5. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So you are adding the values from 1 to n. So that's the thing. N can be anything. So you read the value from n. You read the value of n from the user. So if the user give 20, you add the values from 1 to 20. Okay, so calculate the sum. Okay, let's see that. So first of all, let me read the value of n. So reading, you use the syscall service. So register V0, 5 and then syscall and then move the value to somewhere. So let me move to register T1 like the previous example V0. So the n value, I keep it in register T1. So the n value is here. Now for a loop you need to have a counter value. So let's say register T0 is equal to 1. So this is the counter value. So you have the counter value, you have the n value. Now you can start the loop. So branch greater than register T0, register T1 out. So it means to say if the register T0 value is greater than T1 value, you go out. If not, you go to the next line. Okay, what is the question? You are going to calculate the sum of the numbers from 1 to n. Sum of the numbers. Okay. So you know in Java we keep a variable sum and you initialize to 0. So something like that. Let me also keep a variable li register s0, 0. So this is sum. Let me initialize to 0. It doesn't matter, but I am initialized. So I initialize a variable. So it's not a variable. I have a register called as 0. That is for the to store the sum values. Okay. Now inside the loop, what I am going to do, I am adding the value. Add register S0 and register S0, register T0. You know in Java we used to say sum equals sum plus I. This is the meaning of this statement. Okay, in Java we used to say sum equals sum plus I, something like that. Okay, after that increment the value. So how do I increment? You have the add immediate register T0, the counter value, register T0, 1. What is the meaning of this line? You know in Java we used to say I equal I plus 1. So that's the thing. I'm incrementing the T0 value by 1. After that, I don't have anything to do. So let's move to the loop. So where is the label loop? Here it is. So it go out. So go up and check the condition and calculate the sum value, increment. And then go up, check the condition, calculate the sum value, increment. And then go up. So this will be executed until it reaches the T1 value. I mean the n value. Okay. So when it comes out of the loop, let's say this is out. What I am going to do, so let me print the value of sum. So register V01, this is the syscall service for printing integer. Register A0, register S0 and then syscall. So what I am doing here, let me read. I am printing sum value, print sum. So what is the total of all these things? So that is printed here. So here it is printed. So when the condition becomes true, it comes out of the loop. So in the outside, I am printing the sum value. So what I do in the body of the loop? In the body of the loop, I calculate the sum, increment. Calculate the sum, increment. That's it. So outside the loop, I print the value. So this is another example using looping. Thank you.